just a machine, tasked with utilizing the items he made. As he held one small glass bottle up to the light, the girl cleared her throat and said, "He's younger than I thought he'd be." Satisfied with the bottle's contents, the man responded, "Older than you think. Trust me. I'm not even sure he realizes his true age." The girl nodded, not in agreement, but in understanding. "So, just how do you propose we proceed?" The man ran his hand lovingly over an object inside the box, a wooden stake tipped in silver, a family heirloom. As he did, the hint of a smile danced on his lips. But when he met the girl's eyes at last, all traces of his smile were gone. "You will do so utilizing your wits and speed, and with as much bloodshed as necessary." "So, business as usual then?" The girl flashed him a smile, hoping to lighten the mood. When he responded by ignoring her quip and turning his attention back to the items inside the wooden case, she muttered under her breath, "Yep, business as usual." Chapter 2. Life in the Middle of Nowhere. Viktor Valentine spent a lot of his time hanging out in the middle of nowhere, both figuratively and literally. Not only was nowhere the name of his hometown, it was also an accurate description for the place. Nowhere was a destination only to the people who lived there. It wasn't even a place on the way to another place, as the two roads leading into town were long, winding, and out of the way. Maybe 3,000 people made up Nowhere's population, and everyone who lived here knew everyone else's name and most everything about one another. When Billy Blathers broke into the mayor's car, everyone knew details within a mere 24 hours. And when Stacy Flanagan and Ted Johnson shared their first kiss on the playground, everyone knew that, too. Life in Nowhere was predictable, reliable, and incredibly boring, as far as Viktor was concerned. That is, all but for hanging out with his best friend, Damon McGregor. Viktor had known Damon since kindergarten, but they'd been absolute ride-or-die best friends since the 2nd grade, when Damon had stood up for him like nobody ever had. Viktor had been on the swing set, facing away from the elementary school building, the way he normally did during recess, when Celeste McDowell approached with her cronies in tow. With one hand on her hip, she said, "Get off! I want to swing now." Viktor had slowed his swinging, mulling over what to do next. On one hand, he'd only just gotten on. On the other, he'd been bullied by Celeste for as long as he could recall. It didn't help that she lived right next door to him, and that, due to his parents' job schedules, he had to walk with Celeste and her mom to school every day. It didn't matter that her mom walked with her. Her mom varied between not paying attention and giggling along with Celeste as she hurled insults at Viktor. It occurred to him even then that bullies create bullies. Viktor brought his swing to a stop, but just as he was standing up, Damon stepped in behind Celeste and put a frog down the back of her shirt. Viktor wasn't sure where Damon had gotten the frog, or if Damon had just been hanging out, holding some random frog for some strange unknown reason, and saw an opportunity. But it didn't matter. The frog went down her shirt, and Celeste screamed, attracting the attention of every teacher on the playground. Damon was dead for sure. Viktor made a mental note to thank his friend in a touching eulogy. Dead or not, Damon managed a wink at Viktor, even as Mrs. Timmons was dragging Damon to the principal's office. A wink that said, "Hey man, I got your back, no matter what. I'm here for all your random frog down the